iron in their soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother, King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as my website, theironsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. Today's video is entitled, Chosen Ones. It will not end the way it started. Let's do some work. Let's talk about this. A lot of us didn't have an easy upbringing. We didn't have the silver spoon. You know, we went out there into the world and got to college, and it was a different experience than what we expected. I know for me, I experienced a lot of microaggression and got out into this world and realized it wasn't what I thought it would be. You know, so a lot of us, if you're anything like your big brother, you had a lot of rude awakenings about people. You begin to see the people were not really your friend, right? And if we're truthful, that's very hurtful, especially when you have good intentions, when you have pure intentions and you mean well, and you have a desire to do the right thing, and people just burn you. You know, people hurt you, lie on you, are jealous, hateful. You know how this stuff go. Backbite, talk about you, try to undermine whatever you got going on. You get out here into the real world, and you start seeing things for what it really is. And even with all of that, we as God's chosen have to make a decision that our lives will not end in tragedy. We're going to make decisions to escape the traps and snares that our family and friends fell into. And this, of course, at times will mean leaving your hometown, breaking free from those hometown spirits we talked about. Hometown demons are very real. We're not talking about the people. We're not demonizing people we grew up with. We're not saying we're better than anybody. But what we are talking about is breaking free from all of that defeat. We're talking about breaking free from poverty. We're talking about overcoming all the word curses that have been spoken over our lives, our entire lives. All of the hate and the malice and the limited resources we have had to face to get where we're at right now. We're talking about overcoming all of those odds. That's what I mean when I say it won't end the way it started. So what I am saying is that you are chosen. This is what it means to me, at least, to be a chosen one. You have been chosen by the Most High to set and to start a new standard. That's my vision for my life. And I hope that's the vision you have for your life as a chosen one. The buck stops with me. Whatever happened to mama, daddy, grandma and them, I love them. I am doing something new. I am going to trust the creator of the heavens and earth to do something new with me. That's what we're talking about today. So let me make it plain. I will not die broke. Hello. I will not die defeated, bitter, angry, sick all the time. You understand? These are decisions we can make right now to have a life of abundance. I am not a person, if you're one, then God bless you. I'm not a person who believes because I believe in God that I have accepted this vow of poverty, because I have not. And I would suggest you don't either, to be honest. I'm a thing for you. You don't have to believe that because you believe in God. That is a lie. You understand? We serve a God who says the silver and gold is mine. Okay? So we're talking about having a legacy, leaving our mark on the earth, breaking free from the cores that have destroyed all those around us, being the leader that can set the pace for everybody else. That's what we need right now. We need leaders. We need men and women who can step up and show others how it's done. And I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. We all just play our part. That's the problem. Many of us chosen. We're waiting for one person to show everybody. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to take multiple chosen men and women to show multiple people the way. That's what leadership is all about. That's what influence is all about. We all have to play our part. And I'm doing my best to play my part to the best of my ability. And you have to play your part to the best of your ability. And when you do that, that's when things change. This is why your path has always been so difficult. This is why it seems like you experience so much unfair mistreatment. This is why you have had so much pain in your life. It's because you're going to have a vision that can only be cleared through pain. Let me talk to you for a second. Pain clears up your spiritual vision. When you go through suffering, trials, adversity, lack, struggle, there's something about that builds the character you need to be the trendsetter, to be the first person in your family to become a millionaire. You don't become that without going through something first. So what I'm doing now in this short part of this message is giving context to your pain. You're not just suffering just to suffer. DMX said that to suffer just to suffer is stupid. We suffer because we are being purified and refined for greatness. That's what iron in the soul means to me. Once again, iron in the soul, let's break it down, is extreme mental anguish. And the purpose of the extreme mental anguish is to remove the weakness from your spirit. Just like when you lift weights. We had a sign at the gym I used at my job for many years that said this simple statement: pain is weakness leaving the body. So when you go through pain lifting weights, I'm in the gym, it's painful. There's a dark side to lifting weights, by the way. I'm on a process right now. I'm going through a 12-week program. Big bro, I practice what I preach. I start week 9 today. I'm going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, right? This is a perfect analogy. It hurts. I'm sore a lot. You have to eat a lot to replenish. You need a lot of water, a lot of protein. You're gaining weight. You need to sleep a little more than I used to. You see, there's a dark side to everything. So I'm using this physical example to teach a spiritual message. Just as there is a lot of physical pain with building a physique, building muscle, for you men and ladies who go to the gym, you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about it. It's painful. You work legs on Monday, you go in next day, you're sore, you got to do chest the next day. You're doing deadlifts Tuesday, Wednesday, you might be doing bench press. Next day, you're doing deadlifts. Next day, you're doing squats. Next day, you're doing something else. You're constantly putting yourself under that pressure. And all of that pain produces the result that you want. See, many people want the results, but they don't want the pain. So that's for you who don't lift weights, by the way. This is the person me saying that. Even if you don't lift weights, you're lifting some type of weight in your life. You're lifting spiritual weights. And the analogy is the same. You have weights in your life right now that if you can lift, you'll get stronger. And when you get stronger, you'll have the position you want. You'll be able to tap into that wealth you want. It takes strength to go into certain doors, to go into certain environments. You got to be strong for that. You have to have the right character. See, your gift makes room for you. Celsius. Your gift makes room for you, but your character is what will keep you there. So your gift may get you into the door, and this has happened to some of you, by the way. Your gift gets you in, and your character runs you off. When people start seeing who you really are, you lose the opportunity. So the purpose of struggle and pain is to refine that character. So when your gift opens the door for you, your character will keep you there. People will want to deal with you. And this is the purpose of pain and struggle and adversity, is to develop the character that draws people to you. And that's what we call influence. This is what we call trendsetters. When you are an influencer, it means you have the character that is an example for other people. That's what leadership is all about. If I'm on this platform teaching these messages, I lead by example. I don't tell you one thing and do something else. So leadership influence is all about character development. And we can't lead anybody in nothing if we don't have good character. If we're lazy, if we are, quick-tempered, this is bad character. Late for everything, doing a half job, folks are not going to deal with us. Especially people who own something. People who are making moves ain't going to deal with you. But if you want to get around people who are making moves, you better be on time. Come on, let's talk about it. You got to have good character. You got to be able to know how to talk to people, right? Conversation is key. We talked about in my last video. Conversation is key. How do you conduct yourself? Are you a diplomatic person? Can you go into a room and win people over? Big bro has the gift. If I go into a gym with 20 people, within 3 or 4 days of me going there, I can talk to people. And even now, my gym right now, going there, pretty much everybody knows who I am. The people who work there, the people working out, I give people daps. That's leadership to me. Leadership is not just talking with your mouth. How do you treat people? How do people see you go into a room? Do you smile? Smile is not a bad thing, by the way. When you show that you are approachable, that's actually showing strength in a dark world. When you have good energy in a bad world, that is strength. A lot of people out here, let's talk about it, are negative, mean-spirited, not kind at all, bad energy. And so when you come in and you're a breath of fresh air, that right away sets you apart from everybody else. And your breath of fresh air isn't just you capping and being something that you're not. This is who you really are. You really do have good energy. You really do have a good spirit. And that comes from the character that has been built in you through your suffering, through your pain. So that pain was not in vain. That's who made you who you are today. I know you've heard that before. I'm going to say it again. Your pain is what made you. I'll speak for myself. Pain made me. I would not be who I was if it wasn't for things I went through in my life, especially in my younger days. When I was 17, 18, 19, that iron in the soul at that time of my life, it changed the whole direction of my whole life. It did. Heartache, disappointment, rejection from family. All of that stuff is what makes you really begin to think about what life is all about. And I dare say we don't really think that deeply until we go through something. Am I telling the truth? When stuff is not working out for us, we start thinking, okay, what do I need to do different to get to where I want to go? And that's what I mean by it won't end the way it started. The power is now, let me break this down, let me close this. The power is now in your hands. You now have the power to shift the direction of your life. Doesn't matter what you went through in the past. Doesn't even matter what you're going through right now. What are we going to do going forward to get the results we want? And these are the questions we have to ask ourselves day by day. What do I need to do different? This is what I ask myself. Okay, I'm sure you do too. What do I need to do different to get where I'm trying to go? How do I improve at least 1%? And we begin to ask those questions. Sometimes you don't have the answer. So sometimes it's important to read a book, to take a class, to do a consultation, to talk to someone who may have the answer. They can help you lead you in the right direction. And this is what helps us to get the results that we want. That's all I have for you today. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.